Hello learning birds, this is Mr. Buffington, and in this creative writing lesson we're going to talk about character outlines. When you make a character outline, I always make them before I start writing. So I'll have my plot line and organization set up, and then I go immediately to the character outline. I try to name as many major and minor characters as I possibly can right at the beginning. Some I don't even end up using. Like I'll name the father or the mother of some people, and I might not use them, but it helps when I start writing so that I can continue and kind of keep in the flow of things. I don't have to make up names as I'm going along. And I try to give each character something unique, even if they're minor characters, just something small that's unique about that character helps them stand out to the reader. It also helps them stand out to me as the writer so I can keep these people straight when you've got a lot of characters involved. So let's talk about writing the actual character sketch. I start with the main character usually, and then I try and come up with several different details. I'll write down a physical description, perhaps I'll even draw a picture, and then write down some preferences of this main character. What is he like? What is he not like? What type of person is he? Is he nerdy, jockey, loner, outgoing? How will he change throughout this story? If it's a fantasy story, I have to nail down his abilities, his powers. What is he able to do? What's his gifts inside of this fantasy world? And anything else that might be important that I can think of. Now, you also have to remember that characters will change throughout the writing of a book or short story, and so you want to keep this open. You want to be able to add to it later on. So have the document available and make sure that you're flexible with it. And if a character changes, that's fine. It's okay for a character to change. Let's make a main character. This is Fred. I've decided that Fred's a young boy with brown hair, brown eyes, and looks like he's school-aged or something. All right? So this is Fred, my main character. He likes to play chess. I gave him something that he enjoys doing. He's the youngest in his family, and he feels left out sometimes. Okay, I give him a bit of a weakness as well. You know, something that he's maybe insecure about. He really isn't good at soccer. Maybe he gets cut from a team, or maybe there's a gym class where he falls flat on his face and the other boys laugh at him in the class, or something like that. So there's something he's good at, something he's not good at. We can start getting a feel of who Fred is. He's smart and he helps the other kids at school. Maybe he's part of a tutoring program, or maybe the teacher just asks him to go help the other students. So we get an idea of who Fred is. We probably know someone kind of like Fred. Fred's a nice guy who helps other people out, but he's not great at sports. That's okay. So now what we're going to do is talk about the other parts as the story develops. So Fred will stand up to a bully and be challenged to win in a physical challenge. So some physical competition. Obviously not his strength. So he's going to gain confidence in his ability as he prepares for this challenge. And that's what part of what's going to happen in the story. Maybe he'll use his smarts to win. Maybe he'll outwit this bully. Or maybe he'll work together with other friends to win. We don't know. I put some question marks in there. Character sketches can be flexible. Our characters need to be flexible. Having multiple ideas down there gives us the ability as an author to do what we want with the story. So we'll decide later on what's going to happen with Fred, whether he's going to use his smarts or use his friends or what to win this thing. All right, so here's an idea of a character sketch. I like to have one of these for all of my main characters. With minor characters, I also try and have some kind of sketch. They don't need to have nearly as many details, but have it on a list where it's easy to access. So you don't forget what their hair color is or their eye color, or you forget their names. Because minor characters you don't use nearly as often. So it's good to have a list of them. And some minor characters in the story we're writing are Fred's friends, maybe a teacher or a parent. The bully would definitely be a minor character. And some other characters that he might bump into as time goes on. Maybe his siblings, because he's in that family. He's the youngest, so some older siblings would definitely be minor characters in this story. Let's make a minor character. Dave is Fred's friend. He has brown hair, blue eyes, he plays chess with Fred. He was the one being bullied, and he's in Fred's class at school. Now I want to give Dave some kind of unique feature that helps us remember him. So maybe he likes to pick his nose. Again, maybe that led to why he was being bullied. Okay, maybe he was caught picking his nose. So we don't need nearly as many details. We don't need to discuss how he changes over time. We just want to have something really quick and easily accessible that talks about Dave. Some final notes about characters. Main characters change or they pursue some kind of quest. So you want to keep that in mind. Main characters will go through a change or growth in the book. You can have more than one main characters, but don't have too many. If you try and make everybody a main character, it'll just be really confusing. And minor characters can have lots of details, and you might need a more in-depth outline for some minor characters, but not for all of them. Hope that lesson on character outline has been helpful for you. Have a wonderful day.